And welcome to Kern High Network's exclusive coverage of girls soccer tonight alongside my broadcast partner Kyle Wiley. I'm Rick Hudgens, and tonight it's going to be a dandy. It is a Division III final featuring the visiting Hanford Bullpups out of the West Yosemite League taking on a team that we've seen and representing Kern County tonight, the Independence Falcons. Kyle, what can you tell us about these two teams tonight?
Well, first of all, we got to give much credit to the CIF Central Section Office for allowing us to live broadcast this game. Excited to have that. I mean, we were very fortunate. We were able to cover Independence against Tehachapi early on, and we saw one of the probably most dynamic performances by an individual in any sport this year that we've looked at. Mia Ontiveros, I mean, immediately pops out with her 6-goal performance, and we think about that. But they are loaded, and we're going to see a girl come back, Cielo. We're going to look at her, you know, as she has her nice, fun name, Mazzantini, that we're going to look at, a nice Italian, whatever you want to call it, look on there. But Cielo come back. She really shores up and adds much-needed depth to that Independence team. And talking with, you know, the coach before game, it really just set the catalyst for all the momentum going forward. But Independence is loaded. We've seen Monica Jimenez out there play a really solid game that complements Mia Ontiveros. But pay attention to these Bullpups. I mean, they are young at certain times, and we're saying young, and we're talking about freshmen playing critical positions, especially in the back line and in the midfield. And that's scary that they're in a Valley Championship game and they have all those freshmen in there, but they can also score. You got to pay attention to number 8, Cheyenne Hodge. She is a goal-scoring machine. And so very excited. Two teams I think are very similar and complement each other very well. And so there's no surprise why each one of these teams have ended up where they are tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Up front, you mentioned for Hanford, Cheyenne Hodge, who was out all last year with a torn ACL, played her freshman year at Lemoore and is now with Hanford. She has had an outstanding season, as well as Maddie Stewart up top. Those two are going to be a force, but one of the players who you definitely have to watch for, 31 College is already looking at her as a junior, and that's the big 6-foot goalkeeper for Hanford, Hannah Murrieta, who's up in the top rankings in just about every category in the Valley.
Yeah, and if you look at, you know, for girls, if you have a 6-foot keeper, she has 31 schools looking at him. For guys, if you have a 6-foot keeper, they may find middle of the pack. So this is a big opportunity, especially if you look at that goal, to be able to extend yourself and shorten it and limit the opportunities that are there. Very, very critical to have. But Mia Ontiveros, I can't say it enough. She is a dynamic player, and the amount of points that she has scored this year is staggering to look at, and she can put it in tight spots. She can put it she's left foot, right foot, all that too as well. I'm talking to her before the game. She did say, you know, you're getting down to kind of a finality of the end of your season. She's like, I'm a little nervous. I was like, that means you're ready, you know, to look at it. So I'm excited for these girls that both of them, they're both very deserving of where they're at right now. So very excited about this.
Yeah, the Hanford Bullpups, let's take a look at their starting lineup. Head coach Delray Diaz has been with the team since 2015. His assistants, Tom Martella, Chloe Montgomery, Kevin Kurtz, and Jordan Barba. They reached this final by defeating Hoover 3-1 and by defeating Mission Oak in a very tightly contested match, 1-0. Here is their starting lineup. In the back, it'll be number 3, Cassandra Ibarra. Number 16, Haley Langley. Number 19, Brianna Mello. Number 4, Michelle Patino. In the midfield, number 13, Ashley Eisenberg. Number 7, Gianna Rodriguez. Number 12, Skylar Martinez. And number 5, Bailey Diaz. And up top, we mentioned number 8, Cheyenne Hodge. And number 6, she wears number 8. Number 6, Maddie Stewart. They are the strike force for head coach Delray Diaz, and in goal number 1, Hannah Murrieta. Hanford Bullpups, a record of 18-2-4, finished second in the West Yosemite League to Redwood, who was just ousted in the semifinals here in Bakersfield against Liberty last week. They are number 9 in the Valley and number 2 in D3. For the Independence Falcons, first-year head coach Jordan Schwara, who's done a magnificent job, has been looking for a head job around Kern County for a while. Well, the word's out that he's done quite a job here this year. 17-3-1. They finished 10-0 in the SYL. They are currently ranked number 8 in the section. They will feature goalkeeper number 1, Caitlin Gonzalez. The back line, number 18, Bianca Huerta. Number 3, Devin Furukawa. Number 13, Maya Ornelas. Number 19, Jasmine Franco. In their three-woman midfield will be number 10, Cielo Mazzantini. Number 4, Monica Jimenez. And number 15, Mckenzie Martinez. And their 3 forwards up top, number 9, Andy Gaines. Number 13, Mia Ontiveros. And number 12, Carla Rodriguez. Independence should be a great matchup. Independence has been looking forward to this, Kyle, for quite some time, and they're here for a Valley final, and it should be an interesting matchup. You know, in talking to head coach Delray Diaz prior to the game, he says he hasn't seen Independence play. Yeah. But he knows, of course, about Mia Ontiveros. But what's interesting is that he said that, you know, they have faced some outstanding strikers and playmakers. So he's telling his team, you know what, go out, you do your job. You guys know how we got here. And got to like the philosophy there. He does have, as you mentioned, he has a number of freshmen on his side. And this team is going to definitely be back in the next coming year. So what a great experience. 2 starters at center back who are freshmen for the Bullpups. And boy, do they have the yeoman's task of trying to control Mia Ontiveros, and a great cast up front. Well, we're about ready to get underway here. Once again, thanks so much for joining us. It is the Division III Girls Central Section Soccer Final. Independence Falcons, the top seed, hosting the number 2 Hanford Bullpups.
I will say this. I talked with Mia Ontiveros before the game, and she was indicating to me that, you know, nothing against the SYL, but as they kind of cruise through there and they're putting up big points against their opponents as they went to 10-0, they've gotten a little more battle tested, and it gets tougher and tougher, as it naturally should be right here, as Mia Ontiveros starts it off right here for the Falcons.
And we are underway. Independence in their home white jerseys with the maroon trim and the maroon shorts, white socks. Hanford, their red away jerseys, black shorts, black socks with the white numbers.
So important is Monica Jimenez right here, as she really shores up that middle. And you and I have both talked about this throughout the course of this year, is the importance that she brings, as she really shores up the middle to the back, and she really directs traffic. Invaluable asset right there for the Independence Falcons.
Yeah, definitely.
And Cielo Mazzantini, we're going to look at her. I heard a lot of kudos from a lot of different coaches about her value, as she brings some extra depth to Mia Ontiveros in that kind of midfield to forward kind of possession right there for the Falcons. Yeah.
And we would be remiss to not mention the fact that Hanford did lose one of their top midfielders, junior Dana Hill. She was injured in their last league game, and she has been quite the catalyst for the Bullpups this season. So it'll be a corner kick for Independence.
And you see that Cielo is going to be shooting the corner kick right here. And we've seen the last few games, as we covered Miramonte against Arvin, their better players were the ones taking those, like the Jalen Magana's and things of that nature. So very nice to have a player of the caliber of Cielo taking those corner kicks to set up Mia Ontiveros and Monica Jimenez.
4 in the box. Now one on the late runner, tips shot and wide of the goal to the right side.
Right on cue right there, because they set it up right to Mia Ontiveros, who did a nice little tap to Monica Jimenez, who came in and missed right. But that was a wide open shot. And I think if Monica settles down a little bit more, she can take a little bit better shot right there. I think it was a little rush, but you're in the first few minutes of a Valley Championship game. Nerves are to be a little bit expected.
Yeah, and Monica Jimenez had the game winner against Lemoore in the quarterfinal. So Hanford push it back, try to work up to the front. Up ahead for Stewart. Plays it on the right, taken away by Independence. Back to the left side now. Hanford really putting on the pressure. Independence gets it back, and it will be a throw-in for the Bullpups. 37th minute of action. So excited that you're with us here. A Valley final doesn't get better than this. And as Kyle mentioned, we are extremely fortunate that Jim Critchlow gave us the go-ahead for tonight's matchup. Something that is obviously unprecedented, Kyle.
Yeah.
So here's Hanford trying to control in the offensive third. Stolen away, but a foul is going to be called.
You know, these first 10 minutes are so critical as their teams are trying to figure out each other, especially teams that have never played each other, haven't really seen each other, have only heard the rumors about each other. And so now we're going to see how these first 10 minutes kind of shape up for both teams as they kind of iron out those nerves.
Yeah. No question about that. Haley Langley took the free kick. Hanford trying to keep it. Intercepted by Independence. They'll try to break. The left side. Players wide open. That's Mazzantini. And kicked out of bounds. Excuse me, that's Andy Gaines, and that will be kicked out of bounds by Hanford. So a throw-in for the Falcons near the Hanford bench.
So there's Cielo right there. She's able to work. A little bit bigger frame, be able to use that body right there. Once again, this cold night, this exciting night as these teams are getting figured out, 5 minutes kind of going in. But we're going to have looks like it's going to be a free kick for the Hanford Bullpups. But nonetheless, what a way to get started. They're trying to fill it out. And I got to say this is Hanford's also got to fill out a new field as they're looking at, not used to it. So without having been here. So a lot of adjustments early on. Independence is liking that. I think Independence on their mind is they need to strike pretty quick. Pretty poor open kick. And I think Cielo kind of did them a favor right there, kicking it out of bounds.
So it'll be a Hanford throw-in in the 35th minute of action. Heading it around and controlling that for the Bullpups out to the right side. And that'll be a throw-in for Independence. Two extremely exciting teams and two teams that really don't give up a lot of goals. All season, Hanford's only given up 14 goals. And Independence has only given up 23. In midfield, Jimenez plays it over the top. Trying to track that down on the right is Carla Rodriguez. It'll be a throw-in for Independence, cleared on the back line by Brianna Mello.
And Carla Rodriguez, second on the team in points. So she's got to have, it's Cielo and Carla got to have a really good game offensively for the Independence Falcons because all the attention. They're going to sometimes put 2, 3 on Mia Ontiveros. So those complementary players have to step up and help out.
Throwing Independence into the box. Throw by Ontiveros, chipped out to the right. Cross, and that is beyond the goal line, so a goal kick for the Bullpups. And it's interesting, Kyle, because we've seen quite a bit with the girls' teams. One of their center backs or their left or right back seems to take a lot of the free kicks rather than the goalkeepers. And, of course, the guys, the goalkeepers typically take them.
we saw at Arvin, though, Jalen Magana was taking a lot of free kicks. But when you have special players and you have your best kickers sometimes, you want to make sure that they can really clear space.
Beautiful through ball. Now another chance to right, and got the shot off. Was number 12, Carla Rodriguez, but didn't get as much on it as she would have liked.
And I think I would like to see Carla Rodriguez still gather herself. She still had time, and she actually had a step on the defender. Still take a little bit more time to get a little bit better shot, not be so rushed on that.
Headed up, Hanford trying to break into the offensive third. Stewart had it taken off her foot and now intercepted by the Falcons. Trying to work through midfield. That's cut off by number 4, Michelle Patino. But Independence has it back. Trying to work through the middle. Good job defensively by Hanford to step up. Brianna Mello. Now Independence has it. Try to work up the right side. Carla Rodriguez fell down. But Independence still keeps control to the middle. Here's Monica Jimenez out to the right now. Jasmine Franco. Her pass is deflected out of bounds by Hanford. So the throw in for Independence in the 31st minute here.
And it seems like for the Bullpups, if we look at number 16, Haley Langley is committed to Mia Ontiveros and is on her and frustrating her early on. And as she's trying to play team defense, she's still very much committed to the task of finding where Mia Ontiveros is at.
Yeah, definitely something that we've got to keep an eye on. Now, when we saw Independence play earlier this year against Tehachapi, they were double, tripling, and sometimes quadruple teaming.
And she still got 6 goals.
She still got 6 goals, yeah.
Pretty amazing performance we're able to watch. You can watch that on the Kern High Network. Yep. I mean, we have it archived on there if you want to go back and look at it. I know when we do duplicating games or repeater games, we both go back and look at that old film footage and all that stuff too as well. So
definitely. This one, this is definitely right now feeling out process. Hanford with the ball, trying to work it out to the left. This is number 5.
And right now, it's I'm trying to watch the whole play going on, but Langley is literally, the ball could be right next to her. She's literally right next to Mia Ontiveros, making sure that she's marked up the entire time. And what focus and fortitude and coachability that takes in a player to be that committed to a task.
Yeah, and remember, she's a freshman, and Mia Ontiveros is a senior, so wow.
Yep.
Nice job by Mckenzie Martinez up to the right, a little out of the reach.
A little out of the reach, but I think Carla Rodriguez stopped a little bit, need to continue to play through that flow and all that. So, like I said, feeling out process, absolutely. And so as these teams are trying to see what each other's doing, Mia Ontiveros is trying to find that little bit of break right now.
What a beautiful ball up to the right, but Carla Rodriguez not able to catch up with it, and that's how quickly Mia Ontiveros can make a pinpoint pass right through that time, just a little bit out of reach. So it'll be another goal kick, but taken by
Haley Langley. And you see this freshman, there's got to be something in there, especially if they got, a junior in Hannah Murrieta who's getting looked at. I could imagine that Haley Langley being a freshman and playing solid, I'm sure that Mia Ontiveros isn't the first star forward or striker that she's guarded.
Great move into the middle. Martinez, the turn, shot, save made, rebound into the back of the net. And it's the first goal of the match. And it goes to Independence.
And it's Cielo. First time we call her tonight, and she followed up behind.
Cielo Mazzantini right there on the doorstep after a great turn by Mia Ontiveros, was parried away by Hannah Murrieta. The back line was not there to support her, and Cielo Mazzantini picks up her 7th goal of the season. And in the playoffs now, that gives her 2 goals and 3 points. And for Mia Ontiveros, interestingly enough, in the playoffs, she now has 5 points on 4 assists. Mia Ontiveros, of course, heading to Humboldt State to play for the Lumberjacks. And this weather, you know, it's going to be a lot colder up in Arcata next season, but good practice for her here.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I really, really, really like about Cielo is she is not giving up on the play ever. Mm-hmm. And Mia Ontiveros, as she had a great opportunity and a great chance to score, she followed it up and was able to put it back. It's like in basketball where you have, you know, an offensive rebounder coming in there and following up and doing the little hustle work right there. So hats off to Cielo Mazzantini as she was able to follow up with a great goal and get Independence on the board in this first half.
And that will be a throw-in for the Bullpups. They come right back. They are a tenacious bunch. One thing about Hanford, that is, you know, a very close-knit community. Now they have the 2 high schools. We know they have Hanford West, but there are a lot of faithful Hanford supporters who have gone to high school there and have stuck around in the Valley, as well as Delray Diaz, the head coach, and all his assistants are all Hanford born and bred.
Seeing our replays, you want to follow us on Twitter at KHSD Athletics. I distracted Rick Hudgens right here because he's looking and seeing, but make sure you go to Twitter, KHSD Athletics, or on Facebook, Kern High Network, to see all highlights and replays. But Cielo Mazzantini, great goal, great stop. And you talked about that Hanford community, and that's the one thing, you know, I could say about Bakersfield that is much different is, you know, back in the 80s and 90s when you're down to limited amount of schools, a little bit more pride. But now that pride's kind of got stretched out a little bit as we have 18 schools now to look at and kind of compete with. So, you know, Independence Falcons only been around since 2008. So, you know, as teams trying to develop and you have these special teams that come out, because sometimes our talent gets just spread all over town. And deservedly so, because we're at one of the fastest growing cities in the United States and in California. So.
And everyone wants to get on the Kern High Network, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's everyone's number one priority right there.
That's right.
Kern High Network.
There's a throw-in for Independence. A 1-0 lead thanks to the goal by Cielo Mazzantini after a brilliant, hard, low shot that bounced off the hand of outstanding Bullpup goalkeeper Hannah Murrieta. And Mazzantini was there with a gaping net in front of her, and she knew exactly where to deposit it.
You know, I'm going to tell you this is kind of the games I like, and I'm seeing them move out there. Number 3, Devin Furukawa, the center back, as Independence has a little run, and number 5, Maya Ornalis, the center back. They play solid for Independence as they continue to shore up, because we haven't seen any shots on goal tonight, and that's not because of the keeper. That's because of that defensive backs that you have back there that are shoring it up, that are clearing it out for the Falcons. So
yeah, excellent point. Excellent point.
They fly under the radar, and you know, people love the scorers, and they love to see that. And we know the Mia Ontiveros and the Monica Jimenez and the Cielo Mazzantinis, but it's those people in the back, the Ornalises, the Furukawas, and we also look at Bianca Huerta, Jasmine Franco, all of those ones that play those defensive positions, so critical for team success here. Oh,
just offside that time was Mazzantini, and so it'll be a free kick for the Bullpups. And the official here on the near sideline, he saw that the entire time and quickly threw up the flag. So free kick for Hanford to midfield, bounces up in the air, headed down. Here's Mckenzie Martinez, intercepted, but Independence gets it back. Working up the right side, Mazzantini was hoping someone would make a run down the middle. No one did, and now the Bullpups trying to break out on the left. There's Mazzantini again, working all over the field defensively, and she's got it back.
and Mazzantini is trying over here to get the ball out to Carla Rodriguez, and she does. And there's Mia Ontiveros with a great give and go right there, as Carla's going to probably cross this right here. A little bit better ball. She's got to take her time, get her footing and all that.
Yep.
But great effort. Mazzantini definitely has a head for the game, but I think Hanford right now, as we've seen a few times, that if a team gets on the board, they want to stop the bleeding, so they may drop an extra defender back to make sure that those shots and opportunities aren't going to come available.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that impresses me about Mia Ontiveros is the way she is able to shield and protect the ball.
Yeah.
Just hard to knock her off the ball. And that's years and years of seasoning. Hanford has it, trying to work it up into the offensive half. Nice pass into the air. Cheyenne Hodge trying to get to it. I don't think she's had a touch yet. Now Independence trying to battle up the right wing, and that will be a throw-in for the Falcons. And once again, great work there.
There's some Carla Rodriguez is really having to work. She had her opportunities last time we saw her against Tehachapi, but there are some battles right here on the near side towards us between number 12 Carla Rodriguez and others. But
a great ball.
Andy Gaines right there has got to have a little bit more urgency on that. I think she didn't realize that a defender was there, but that's the communication aspect of soccer, that teammates got to let each other know. And Mazzantini has some great vision. You can definitely tell that she has a good head for the game.
And that last pass that Hanford was nearly able to connect on, they got to watch number 12, Skylar Martinez. She will move up. She is a dangerous player. In the middle, Mazzantini still has it.
Yeah.
Knocked off the ball. Now Independence up the right side. Good defensive play there on the left. Here comes Hanford. Still with it is number 2.
That's Jenna Mayendurup. Hopefully I'm saying that right to the listening audience out there. But Mayendurup has had a great, that left back position. She's had, done great defense against Carla Rodriguez, who, as we noted, has, 31 points of her own. She just happens to be on the same team as Mia Ontiveros. So, so she's done a really good job, and a little bit of contact. They're letting go right here. I believe this is the same official we had against the Arvin Miramonte game, and they're going to let them play, which we kind of like to see at the end of the game. We, end of the year, we like to see that. They definitely are going to give them their opportunity and not call a lot of whistle. He calls a good, clean game. So,
without question, here's Independence now. Mckenzie Martinez will play it back to Furukawa. Out to the right side. Here's Franco playing it back. Hanford pressing. Got to watch number 6, Stewart. Extremely quick. And off a Hanford player, number 5.
In the game of football, and we're getting to American football to look at, good defenses usually bring a +1, they call it. You know what I mean? An extra defender to disrupt an offense. And I think Hanford right here, in all of their situations that Independence is moving offensively, they're bringing a +1 to kind of shut down any real opportunity for them to score. Now, did they score early on? Yes, but here we go.
There's a through ball into the middle. Chance. Chipped up in the air. Hanford a second chance. Headed away by Furukawa. And now the shot just sprays wide. Boy, good defensive clearance there by Devin Furukawa. And then the second shot went wide. But
I love seeing like Andy Gaines drop back into defense and get right in the net and do what they can do to help out. So that was scary right there as the keeper's out of position. But Independence defenders were able to drop back and help out as well. So
the first opportunity, really the only opportunity that we've seen thus far, by Hanford. And now it'll be a free kick for the Falcons. We are into the 18th minute of action. A 1-0 lead thanks to the early goal by number 10, Ciela Mazzantini, off the assist by number 13, Mia Ontiveros, who took a wicked low shot that was found on the far post and easily deposited by Mazzantini.
And that was Ontiveros' first shot on goal and her only shot on goal since then. And that hats go off right there to Haley Langley, who is committed to her, face guarding her, finding her, knowing where she's at all the time, putting a body on Mia Ontiveros. And so it's they know where they're at right now. So the ball's going to be kicked by Haley Langley. She's the one that does her free kicks, but she's also that defensive specialist back there for the Bullpups.
So Langley sent it up into the offensive third for the Bullpups. And here is number 2. Jenna Mindrup.
Good job right there by Mckenzie Martinez, who is also that, probably fourth or fifth option offensively for the Independence Falcons, but she's one that you get those fourth or fifth options, those opportunities that go in there behind some of their star power.
There's Mckenzie Martinez, nearly got the through ball down the left wing. Now Independence picks it up into the middle.
Right there.
Open shot, rebound, and great defensive play by the Bullpups.
And they were able to drop back, and you saw number 19, Brianna Mello, was able to get back there. And I thought Cielo Mazzantini had an open shot, but that closed quickly right there. And that frustrated her, and she couldn't get the full kick going in there. So
now Monica Jimenez will take the corner from the right side. 4 players, 1 at the goal line. Now she'll come up. Hanford with 6 in the box, chipped it in over the goal. Nice corner and an opportunity there off the volley, but up and over the bar.
Yeah, Carla Rodriguez, that one that could almost sneak in over the top. And as we get into the 15-minute mark before halftime, a 2-0 lead going into the half is critical in a Valley Championship game. And I think Independence is looking to do that, as they've been the perennial number 1 throughout the course of this Division III run that they've had. And I was talking to Coach Marty Martinez at East High today, and he says they are as good as advertised. They're as deep as advertised. They are loaded. They have talent galore. He's like, they should win this Valley Championship today, and that's coming from a common opponent in the South Yosemite League right there. So,
yeah, East definitely they finished runners-up in the SYL. Or excuse me, SEYL.
SYL.
SYL.
You got it right there, South Yosemite League. Yep.
So throw in for the Bullpups in the 15th minute, looking for the equalizer. Independence looking for that 2-goal advantage. Good job by Mindrup, and that will be a Bullpup throw in. And the throw in by Mindrup. Now, Mindrup didn't start tonight, but she was inserted fairly early by head coach Delray Diaz. And now here comes Independence through midfield. Nice defensive play there by Mello. Brianna Mello, number 19. Jimenez.
You see Cielo Mazzantini and Monica Jimenez. They're like carbon copies of each other right there. So you know that Monica Jimenez, when Cielo came back, was extremely happy that they could run that center both defensively and offensively to kind of help out. So throw in right now for the Bullpups. I think Monica Jimenez wants that back. She's got to give her teammates opportunities right there. So as we get underneath the 14-minute mark.
You know, so often soccer coaches say, you know what, they're not always impressed by the ones who have the most points. They're impressed by the kids who have the greatest work rates, who unselfishly set other people up.
Like that right there.
And that's a beautiful pass, but a great job by Hanford to clear. But then a long shot, and that goes well wide Long shot taken there by Mazzantini.
And see, I like Carla Rodriguez, her thought process right there, but I also wanted her to be a little bit selfish in that point. I think she could have came down a little bit further and was able to take a shot of her own. She had the space and the opportunity, and I think with anything, you know, you talk about point guards in basketball, you talk about forwards in soccer, is you press till a defender gets up on you and all that stuff. And you keep going all the way to the hoop or you keep going all the way to the goal until someone steps up and defends you. And I think Carla Rodriguez at that point didn't have a defender in front and could have kept pressing.
Yeah. Hanford will play it back. Now try to work up the right side. Pass cut, but off an Independence player. So a throw in for Hanford near their bench as we move into the 12th minute of first half action. It is the Division 3 Central Section final again between number 1 and number 2. The Independence Falcons and the Hanford Bullpups, two teams that are extremely stingy defensively and two teams that are just loaded with talent. That's what you want, Kyle. You want the number 1 and 2. And in the Central Section, the committee's done a really nice job with this. In Division 1, same thing. You got number 1 Liberty girls playing Buchanan on Tuesday at Liberty. That's all you can ask for.
And sometimes you wonder if they get it right, and I think in this case they did get it right. It's obvious right here as teams are trying to figure that out, and I'm glad that you hit on that point is you want the 2 best teams in the championship, and I think we have the 2 best teams for Division 3.
Yeah. It'll be a throw-in for Independence here.
We got to give it up to Nick Ellis, our photographer, who's out there taking pictures of this, and Javier Valadez behind the camera here tonight.
Yep, we can't do our jobs.
He's much bundled than the last time he was out here, so I warned him about all of that to come bundled because it was going to be cold. And
good throw-in, loose ball in the box. Independence will track it down, see if they're able to do anything with it. Hold it up on the right side and just out of reach of Rodriguez on the right side. So a throw in for Hanford. And, of course, you know, we can't, Kyle and I were up here, but we can't do it without our photographers, videographers, the outstanding job that they do. We are so thankful that they make us look good. We call the action, but they're the ones who have to get all of that on video. So we are extremely grateful to them.
They try their hardest to make me look good, but it's a long. I will say this right now. I wanted to say there could be a little bit of a chink in the armor defensively for Hanford. I think they're getting a little bit impatient because I don't know if they've had the ball on their side, their defensive side of the ball all year. As another great pass that we see. They just look like they're not as crisp and clean and maybe a little bit antsy to get the ball away from them because the keeper for Independence has had one little challenge per se to look at it. So as we look.
Now the intercept. On the left side, there's Ontiveros. Nice footwork to the left, got the cross away, and that's going to be a corner. What a brilliant turn, and just a quick shot. That's just smart. So 9:45 to go in the opening half. So glad you could join us. Number 2 Hanford Bullpups in Division 3, number 9 in the Valley, number 8 in the Valley Independence. They are the number 1 team in Division 3, in a corner here for Monica Jimenez. 3 in the 18 and 1 along the goal line. Into the box, beautiful corner, but not able to get much on that and easily collected by Murrieta, the goalkeeper. And now Hanford out to the right side. We are into the 9th minute. A rapidly moving first half. Headed down by Mazzantini. Now back to Mazzantini. Boy, what an anchor. Mazzantini, who plays more of a forward up in the 4-3-3. But she, like you said, she goes back. She plays a lot with Monica Jimenez. And that is just a nightmare, I'm sure, to deal with tactically, those two players. Up the left side.
And I'll say this, you know, we talk about multiple sports. Any sport you look at is time of possession. And I think the time of possession you see right here definitely favors Independence. But I'll say what makes soccer so unique and different is, yeah, coaches look at that time of possession where they're in the offensive dominant position. But in soccer, it just takes one shot, you know, to get in there and change that all up, and it can really just shake it loose. Where other sports, time of possession really is the factor in the game, and you could determine who won.
Cheyenne Hodge wrestled off the ball there. Independence will get it back. We mentioned Cheyenne Hodge, a strong player, 45 points this year, 20 goals, coming back after being out all last year from a torn ACL. And now that's going to be a free kick, and that was an extremely bad foul, and we can only hope that the Hanford player, number 8,
I don't think
okay.
I don't think there should be a card on that. I would be shocked if there was. I think that was accidental, and I think the official knows that, and they're going to try and throw it up, but I don't think there was anything malicious about that. That's a tough one right there to look at, and she's already bandaged on that right leg, so I wonder, I mean, there was a trip up, there was a mishap, but.
And it may be number 6. I'm trying to see if the coach would get his hand off the number. It's number 5. So the injured player there is Bailey Diaz, and hopefully she is going to be okay as the coach walks her off. That was a hard hit. But like you said, I mean, incidental contact and no foul. Or excuse me, no card, but just a free kick. In a dangerous position. 20 yards out to the left. And this will be number 16, Haley Langley, taking it. Hanford with 6, Alani 18. She's going to go for goal on the near post. And reading it well there is Caitlin Gonzalez.
And I will say this, great goal by Caitlin Gonzalez. And my opinion, and when I look at that and I see that the defender, Haley Langley, is taking that free kick and she's got to tail back, I'm hustling to get the ball up the field so that Haley doesn't get set up on Mia Ontiveros and maybe catch her napping or something like that on her retreat back from that free kick. But, you know, like I said, sometimes in soccer you just want to slow it down, maybe control it. Independence knows they've had control of this game, especially possession-wise offensively. So,
throw in for Hanford. But taken away. Here's Mazzantini being bumped around. Now the foul is committed by Hanford, so a free kick in the 6th minute of the first half. Independence cheerleaders out in full force, and this might be the first time I've ever seen cheerleaders at a soccer match. You got to bring them out for the Valley title.
But I'm going to tell you this is the first time that Independence has ever hosted a Valley championship in anything. So that is a big moment to look at of what they're able to accomplish. Their girls have won Valley championships in basketball and things of that nature. But, you know, basketball is at a one venue up at Salland Arena, and that's what they want to go to. But so this is a big moment. I was talking to Derek LaRosa, the athletic director, and he's like, yeah, this is the first time we've ever had one here, so we're excited. There's buzz. There's a good little crowd that's here tonight, and I know there's a crowd that's going to be at the basketball game in which the girls are also playing, girls basketball also playing Hanford Bullpups as well. So a lot of Hanfordonians and a lot of Independence Falcons out here tonight.
And maybe after the game they can break bread.
Yeah. We got to explain that every time.
I know,
that means you have a meal together. All right?
That's right. Hanford with the ball. 5th minute now. Loose ball. Picking it up is number 11, Isabel Schroeder. Staying with it. Through ball. But it's split. Both Hanford forwards as well as the Independence defense, and right into the hands of Caitlin Gonzalez, who will kick that out herself.
And once again, it's Maya Ornelas, it's Furukawa, all of that as well as Mia Ontiveros. No card. I really like this official. I've seen him both times. Physical play does happen, but, you know, he swallows the cards and he wants to make sure these girls can play. I think the officials know there's a lot riding on this game, and they don't want to see anyone stay out of a game and have that be impacted by that. And I think as we get on to, like, state stuff and regional stuff and all that as well, they're very cognizant of that. They want these girls to continue that special season that they have. So,
and a touch by Cheyenne Hodge there. Here's Stewart on the left, trying to cross it, deflected away by Jasmine Franco. Throw in Hanford. And misplayed, but Hanford's going to get it back. Giving chase is number 11, Schroeder. And that will be a goal kick as the ball went out of play. So a 1-0 advantage for Independence. For much of this match, it's been one-way traffic. It's been a lot of defending by Hanford, but Independence with just that lone goal, a beautiful turn and shot parried away by Hannah Murrieta off the foot of Maya Ornelas, and the rebound scooped up and put in by Cielo Mazzantini. And there have been a couple of other close calls for Independence, but have been unsuccessful. So still just a 1-0 game. And if you're head coach Jordan Schwarra, what are you telling your team? You're up 1-0. For the most part, you have controlled the play.
I keep doing what you're doing. That's what I would tell them is those opportunities are going to come, and we got to take advantage of those opportunities much like they did, you know, early on when Mia Ontiveros had an excellent opportunity and Mazzantini followed up with it. But I will say this. It's going to be tough to continue to score. I've been impressed with Hanford as they organize very well defensively and they get back. And so, you know, as I said early on, I think there was a chink in the armor, but I think they've kind of regrouped a little bit. And now as they've kind of settled down and kind of accepted the 1-0 lead against the number 1 team, is now they can just maybe start to play. But they got to be more aggressive offensively, and they got to get their opportunities a little bit more.
Yeah, you make an excellent point, and we've seen numerous times here. Nearly a through ball. Independence is going to get it anyway.
There it
Beautiful
is.
pass into the middle, mistouch. And now picked up, and the shot is blocked beautifully. Independence still trying to control it. 22 yards out, loose ball, and
nothing.
Another mistouch there. Instead of trying to settle it, the quick shot.
Carla Rodriguez, I thought that could have been called right there. And, you know, the official, we've known this, though, consistently, you know, he lets them play. So,
well, and here's the thing that we have to remember. Safety first, number 1. But in a Valley final, in a tough playoff game with number 1 and number 2, as an official, you don't want to be the one to decide an outcome.
And the game's getting a little bit chippier now, and this is the one thing. You let them play early on, and people are going to test those boundaries. We saw that against Arbor and Miramonte this past week, is if you let the physical play come on, you got to expect it to continue until you really have to step up. And I think the official's like, hey, I'm going to let you play, but then eventually he's going to start throwing cards that he probably didn't do in the first half or the first few minutes. He's going to start trying to get control of the game because he can't lose control of that game. So, you know, you want that consistency, but when that consistency starts to fail you and you go back the other way, then it becomes inconsistency and it could become frustrating. So he's walking a fine line right now that he's got to really shore up this game and get control of the game before it gets too physical.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And Hanford player, nice to see she could walk off under her own power. I believe that's Michelle Patino. So we'll see what happens here. Hanford fighting a very organized defensive team here. And they are battling just down 1-0 as we are into first half stoppage time. So glad you could join us. Division III Central Section title game. Number 1 Independence, number 2 Hanford. A 1-0 lead for the Falcons here, playing their first Valley title here. And up the left side, here's a chance. Cross to the middle, misplayed. Left-footed shot by Ornelas. Got it back and picked up by the goalkeeper, Murrieta.
Yeah.
That was a nice cross into the middle, and Ornelas had it, but give credit to that back line.
I think that was Carla Rodriguez right there that was hanging out over there and was trying to dance around and have that. And Carla, she's had a few opportunities to get in that. I'm going to tell you, she's that dynamic of a player, and it's no wonder why she's got about 31 points this year, because she's always around the net and always around the ball, whether assisting people or giving them that opportunity.
Yeah, you're right. I stand corrected. My apologies. Now into the middle. Here's number 11, Schroeder. She's been a little spark coming off the bench as a substitute, trying to keep the ball. Schroeder, just a freshman, and that will be a free kick for Independence. And that is it. The whistle blows. 1/2 in the books. Independence halfway there, with a very slim 1-0 lead despite controlling play much of the first half. With a 1-0 lead over Hanford, the Division III final, Hanford and Independence. And we'll take a break and come back with Kyle's keys to the second half, only on the Kern High Network.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
We're learning a lot about how mobile apps are made, the programming and coding that goes into it, along with the time and effort. Along with that is also the entrepreneurship of the class, learning how to run our own business.
We're also learning basic marketing skills, people skills, graphic design, and social media marketing, so that they can freelance, they can work on their own, they can apply for a job, they can go to BC or Cal State or any other university who offers programs that are specific within the mobile app development concentration or business concentration.
With my future and career, I do plan on being somewhat of an entrepreneur, owning my own business, sort of a clothing brand line. And so this will definitely help me out with possibly an app for my company, and the entrepreneur part helping me be able to run my business as smoothly as I can make it go.
Right now we're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. What the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
And welcome back to the Kern High Network's exclusive coverage of Division III Girls Soccer Central Section Playoffs. Hanford Bullpups, number 2 seeded Independence, number 1. Independence with the 1-0 lead on the Cielo Mazzantini goal. And Kyle, we talked about it, a very solid workmanlike performance, as well as creativity shown by Independence. They have the 1 goal, but we got to give credit to Hanford for really staying in there defensively and trying to hold off as much as they can Maya Ornelas.
Yeah, first of all, I got to say thank you for bringing up Kyle's keys. I really like that. It's like Gruden Grinder, like on Monday Night Football. I like that. But the one thing I will say this about Independence, keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding it out. You control the ball offensively. Keep doing that, and those opportunities will come. And you know, as well as I do in playoffs, those opportunities to score, whether it be football, soccer, basketball, few and far between, but you got to take advantage of them as they did in the first half. So my key for them is to keep doing what they're doing. Get that steady dose. You got to put the ball into Mia Ontiveros' hands and give them an opportunity to keep doing their thing. But if I'm also, looking at things too as well, you got to get Cielo Mazzantini more opportunities too. Hanford's got to figure that out without sacrificing Mia Ontiveros too as well. But if I'm Hanford, I'm kind of saying the same thing defensively. Keep doing what you're doing. You've played really well, solid. They've kind of had the possession, but you guys have stepped in there and you've made them uncomfortable. And I really like the approach what they're doing, especially when they have Haley Langley that is just face guarded Mia Ontiveros for most of the match. Keep doing what you're doing, but offensively they got to start taking those chances. And so when we look at someone like Cheyenne Hodges, I don't even know if we called her number or her name in the first half. So she's really kind of got to step up and start taking advantage of those opportunities that go forward. And if I am Independence, also I'm saying keep doing what you're doing, because I talked about it early on. The combination of Devin Furukawa, Maya Ornelas, and we also saw Jasmine Franco and Bianca Huerta did a fantastic job defensively from limiting the Bullpups from scoring. And as they come back in and we see those Independence Falcons make their way back onto the field, it's very, very important. Tonight on the Kern High Network, going to be getting going on there. Could be some audio and some visual, some audio for the first little bit, but we'll get the visual up and going for you, the video up and going for you of the Shafter Liberty girls basketball game. There's a little bit of technical difficulties, and we apologize for that. Kind of around town to look at it is right now at the half, it's 0-0, Miramonte at Lindsay, and that's Division IV boys soccer, so that's very, very exciting to look at. We'll try to get a score of that Foothill girls game against Kingsburg, so we got 3 Kern High School District teams that are in there. So as Coach Schwarber's down there with the 2 captains trying to get them motivated, get them happy so they can do their thing. I don't know if he's posing for a picture or not, but he's kind of whispering in their ears, I need you 2 girls to take over and finish this off. We got 40 minutes left as the officials also make their way back on here as well. So
Yeah, you know, one thing, if I'm Hanford, if I'm head coach Delray Diaz, who has an outstanding record as a head coach, he's 36-17-8 in the time he's been at Hanford. They had some opportunities offensively to possibly get some through balls. If I'm Delray Diaz, I'm telling my team, you've got to be more aggressive on the ball. You've got to go. You have to run out to the ball. You've got to get possession. You have to want the ball. They've had some of those opportunities. Independence has been more aggressive on the offensive end,
Yep.
and 50-50 balls. Independence is for the most part winning those balls. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. All I know is that this is what we want.
Yeah.
Number 1 and number 2. We are so thankful to have this opportunity on the Kern High Network. It does not get any better than this.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go, second half. It's going to be another stingy performance we're going to see on both of them. I say stingy is because both of them are working hard, and they are a little bit stingy towards each other. So we got some of our local media outlets out here. I see the famous Greg Kerr across the way that's out here. We got the people from the Californian that are out here as well. So great half to look at, a little bit of energy. And those unforced errors, the bullpups like that, just can't simply add. They got to play just a little bit better as they try to get the ball up. To Mia Ontiveros, who, no surprise, got about 2 defenders on her.
So working left to right will be Hanford, and right to left will be Independence. Hanford in their red and black, Independence are white and maroon, and that will be a throw-in for the Bullpups. We are underway, second half. 1-0 Independence, the only goal. Cielo Mazzattini off the assist by Mia Ontiveros, the very talented senior who now has 91 points on the season.
Wow.
And that will be knocked out of bounds by Hanford, so a throw-in for Independence. Into Jimenez. Tried to spray the ball through to Mckenzie Martinez. That was cut. And here comes Hanford trying to work up the left. Nice defensive play there on the right side by Jasmine Franco. And now a throw-in for the Falcons near the Hanford bench.
You know, we talk about the first half, those first 10 minutes, but I even think in the second half that first 10 to 20 minutes becomes vital to see if a team can score to get back in it or if a team can extend the lead that we see right here as the Carla Rodriguez is called and stops the play and gives the free kick back. As we've seen all night, number 16, Haley Langley, is going to be kicking off.
So free kick, Hanford. Chipped up in the air. Now to the left. Trying to work it back to the middle. Intercepted by Jimenez for Independence. Shields off her defender. Great back, Hill. And now into the path of number 9, Andy Gaines. I like Gaines' size, too.
Yeah.
You know, as a junior, she has 9 points this year. 1 goal, 7 assists. She's got great size, though.
6 juniors for this Independence Falcons team, but they got about 4 or 5 seniors, and then they got about another 4 or 5 sophomores and about 2 or 3 freshmen. So for a few years to come, they're going to have some talent going their way.
Yeah, both these teams could see each other in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Cheyenne Hodge Jr. And, of course, Murrieta is a junior. As we talked about, they'll have Dana Hill back next year as a junior. So Maddie Stewart's a junior, Skylar Martinez.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of young players as well. So these two teams could definitely see each other again. But this is round 1. Nice play through the middle. Hanford takes it away. Trying to track it down is Ontiveros. It'll be a throw-in for Independence. Ontiveros, a long throw-in to the middle. And just couldn't quite handle that. And now a race for it. And Hanford will come up with it to the middle. That's Hodge. Nice ball to the middle. Trying to win it back. It's going to be a foul against Hanford and a free kick for Independence. Sorry, Kyle.
Once again, Maya Ornelas, great defense right there. But you know, like I said, Madison Stewart, Cheyenne Hodge, who we talked about before the game, as those scoring threats for the Bullpups are non-existent right now. And that's got to be an attribute to Independence and what they've been able to accomplish. So great job so far for the Falcons. Defensively, more than anything else, I think defensively is where they have set the bar tonight.
Out to the left. And misplayed there.
Yeah, so those little mistakes right there that could add up at the end. And Bianca Huerta's got to take a little bit better care of the ball, especially in those tight situations right there.
Yeah. Hanford throw in, headed up in the air by Huerta. Or excuse me, by Huerta. And now here comes Independence through the middle, Martinez. Ooh, that went right off her face. That had to hurt.
Well, you know, the dangers of the game of soccer, and, you know, studies come out that behind football, the number 2 most concussed sport, as we see right here.
Hodge, left-footed strike and scooped up by Caitlin Gonzalez.
Great job, but girls soccer number 2 in concussions behind football. So the impact of that ball coming back, no joke. Monica Jimenez looking for an opportunity, and there it is.
Great ball. Ontiveros up the left wing.
And she's going to keep working. Good job.
Still with it. Left foot. There's the cross, and beautiful defense. Just 4 Hanford players got all the way back.
And I don't mind what she did right there, because she took her time and blasted it right there. It allows the defense to settle, but I really like that Mia Ontiveros, when she got the ball, you know, on her foot, that she was able to take her time right there.
Yeah, and I mean, you get that, you just cross it in. You got players running backwards. You could easily knock it in for an own goal. So here's the Monica Jimenez corner from the left with 1 player on the post. That is Gaines all the way through. Right-footed shot and up and over the bar, and that was Mazzantini.
Yeah. And I think she wants that one back, because I don't think she realized how open she was right there. But a good opportunity right there. But I think she wants that back so she can have an opportunity to kick a little bit better ball right there. But that's tough right there. You get a little nervous right there when you're that open.
Martinez trying to pass it through to Jimenez. And Hanford comes away with it, but only momentarily. Here's Mazzantini working in the middle, fighting off defenders, and still with the ball, and she'll play it back to Ornelas. And that pass is cut. Here comes Hanford up the right wing. Good defense.
Furukawa right there. She's had a great game. She's been in the middle. She's been on the side. Call handball right here. I think they called it on Furukawa again, but
yeah, you look at Kyle. You look at the back line for Independence. They're going to have their 2 center backs back next year, Ornelas and Furukawa, both juniors. Franco's a junior, and Huerta's a freshman, so they'll have their whole back line back.
Yeah. So suffice to say that they'll probably be in those top few again, you know, top few seeds again.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be a throw-in for Independence. We are in the 32nd minute of the second half. The Division III Central Section Final. The girls' variety. Independence, the number 1 seed, 1. Hanford, the number 2 seed, 0. And a battle here. Hanford being much more assertive on the ball here in the second half. Offensively looking for some opportunities, but cut. Good defense there. Up the left wing, there's Gaines. To the middle. Martinez couldn't get it. Hanford will try to control and work it out to the left. That's number 12, Skylar Martinez, pulling the strings. Hanford, sorry.
The contact right there, they're going to call it back on them, and I think the officials were looking for that. So they're starting to call a lot of these contacts in this half. They're starting to go, you know, against them. So
it'll be a free kick. And Hanford lining up with 5 across the 18. Independence with 9 on deck. Defensively, left-footed strike. And handled well there by Caitlin Gonzalez. It was going wide of the far post anyway. But nonetheless, an opportunity there for the Bullpups. And now Independence trying to break. 3-on-3 to the middle. Beautiful ball through.
It is.
To the right. Mazzatini, and it's in the back of the net, and that is Ornelas. That is Ornelas.
I actually think
Ontiveros,
that's
excuse me.
Ontiveros
Yes.
right there, who's able to get in there. So Ontiveros with a nice chip.
I knew the name, and I misspoke. Mia Ontiveros. It's her first goal of the playoffs this season, and that was just brilliant. 3-on-3, and then the fourth player came in for Independence, and Mia Ontiveros, who just scored her 39th goal of the season. She is second in the Valley in points as well as in goals, and that was just a beautiful strike there. And now Hanford is up against it, down 2-0 in the 30th minute. A 2-0 lead for the top-seeded Independence Falcons.
Well, I got to say this is, I know we like to look at the goals right there, but Carla Rodriguez with a phenomenal pass to set that up, and it's got to be attributed to her. She gets that assist in there and adds to her point total. And just imagine if Mia Ontiveros isn't on this team, yeah, they're going to be a different team, but Carla Rodriguez is going to have a lot of those points that are going on right there as well. So,
yeah, Rodriguez.
It's exciting to look at it, but that was a great pass that was set up by Carla Rodriguez. Good job, kid.
Yeah, Carla Rodriguez, 32 points in the campaign now. In the top 60 in the Valley in points scored. And now Independence will move it back. 2-0, misplayed. Battle for it back there. Furukawa fights off the defender and a goal kick.
I don't want to be a soothsayer, but I did say that first 10, 20 minutes that a team's going to score a goal to bring it back or another team's going to extend that lead and start to panic. And here's the one thing is panic may start setting in for the Hanford Bullpups. And this is where, and we've seen this, is if blood's in the water, those Falcon Sharks are going to get up there and try and take advantage of another opportunity right there. I do got to say this, Mia Ontiveros has all those goals. She's got 7 of them on the Kernai Network. So I'm just saying that right there. We got to get that, that excitement going on there. I did put a little pressure on her before the game. I said, you got to score at least 5. So
beautiful ball, Hanford into the box. And the shot goes well beyond the goal, but a good chance here. Nice through ball.
First time we called Madison Stewart's game all night, and we could definitely see that she's got the speed to get by her opponent and get an opportunity. But good defense again by the Independence Falcons that pushed her a little bit wide of the right post that caused that errant shot to go wide right. So a lot of good things happening right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Independence gets another goal here. It looks like they're dropping 5 back, and it's going to be a little bit of foul that's called right here as this crowd's starting to fill up nicely for a good soccer game, Independence Falcons.
A 2-0 lead in the 27th minute of action. Free kick for number 16, Haley Langley, the Rock at the back, the freshman center back. And here comes the free kick. Inside the box. Nicely defended and then cleared out. And now Hanford will try to reset. And keeping it there is Langley. She'll get it back on the right now. Working it up the right side. Nice pass.
And you look at Langley, very, very mature player that she's able to step in there against some of the top talent around that we have in Bakersfield. But she's done a really solid job. And as you said, just a freshman, but plays pretty mature for her age. I like that Independence settles the ball, make sure it gets on the ground, and we see right here some pretty slick movements that are going on. Number 15,
Martinez.
Mckenzie Martinez.
And then nearly a beautiful pass there, nearly a through ball by Bailey Diaz, but just out of the reach of Stewart. Stewart is the left striker, and on the right side is Hodge. So Stewart's 6, Hodge is 8. Keep an eye on them.
And the chill has definitely come in a little bit. Was a little bit more veracity as it's starting to really chill up a little bit.
26th minute, throw in Bullpups on the Independent side. Over the top, settling in is Mazzantini. Getting it out, Jimenez. She got clipped, and that'll be a foul, so a free kick for Independence.
And those one-on-one opportunities, they really limited with Mia Ontiveros. But I'll tell you, the 2 opportunities she's had resulted in goals, whether it be her get with the assist early on or with her with a goal of her own. So it's a very, 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 very good mix. Good defensively, but shows how great of a player she really is she's had 2 opportunities today, and they both resulted in goals. So.
Yep, she is an incredible player, and she is making a bid for the Player of the Year in the Kernheim Network.
Yeah, her team of excellence in our Chief magazine that look at. She's got to be one of the favorites to look out there. So
here's a throw in. Independence trying to settle to the middle. Here's there's Martinez trying to cut in. Was number 13 Ontiveros, but
that was a great ball right there to Ontiveros, and I think Ontiveros knew that as she, I think she kicked the ball a little bit, dribbled it a little bit too far right there, but.
There's a throw in the box, loose ball. Hanford trying to clear it, Independence gets it back. There's Jimenez again. Always seems to have her foot in the right place.
Absolutely. Now you got to see, we're looking at the strikers at Independence. You got to have Mia Ontiveros has got to close into the middle and got to help out. You see Cielo over there who's looking for the ball too as well. She has such great hesitations right there. You can see the little things. And here we go.
Loose ball, and number 9, Andy Gaines, with the opportunity to score her 2nd goal of the season.
And I think Andy Gaines knows that she wants that back because she had time to dribble in a little bit more and strike it a little bit more solid. But, I think those opportunities have been few and far between for her. But, she needs to be patient and dribble up and be confident in her abilities.
Mckenzie Martinez has just done a masterful job controlling the play, spraying the ball to the right people, fighting back, and now she's down. Play continues. Hanford has the advantage here. Hodge to the left, right-footed, cleared defensively, and Martinez is still down. And we hope that this is not too severe. Looks like it's holding out her right leg.
It could be a calf. It could be something. They called out for the roller to get that out there. So, sometimes you're looking at, hey, it's like 20 degrees out here. Why are we seeing, these cramps and all this stuff? And it's because when it gets cold people don't usually drink water because they don't associate water with it. That's when, students start to get dehydrated because they're not drinking enough water in the wintertime. Hopefully it's that. Hopefully it's not a sprain, but as my football coach always used to say to me, this is good hamstring pulling weather right here as you look at it. So you got to do all those little things to stretch and make sure that student safety is okay.
And she's been all over the field tonight. So we'll see what the indication is here. Kyle, we have any updates up north? Or
no updates yet. Let me reach out to my contact, Josue Valenzuela, athletic director at Miramonte, and see if there's any updates.
And now Martinez is up, and she is being assisted off the field. And we can only hope that she is okay. She has played an exceptional match tonight. 4 points on the season, 1 goal. Number 15.
But the other little hustle things that she brings to the table, she brings an element of speed, all that too as well. I really like Jordan Schwara. He's a coach that's getting in there and helping out to stretch out his team and all that. So,
well, we talked about, Jordan Schwara been looking for an opportunity. He's talked to some other head coaches about getting into programs, and it's nice to see he's gotten a chance, and what a beautiful free kick into the box and an opportunity there for Hanford, and a nice defensive play there.
Furukawa, again, I'm telling you, she is at a fantastic game, and she's able to clear it out right there. She's done a really good job defensively of shoring up that back line.
Throw in for Diaz. Yeah, another unsung hero for this squad. Ontiveros, what a ball over the top. Here's Andy Gaines up the left. What will she do? Cross into the middle.
Great ball again.
Can she control it? No, Hanford will clear it out. Great ball into the middle.
2 unselfish plays right there. Mia Ontiveros with the great pass, and Gaines with another great pass to look at. But those opportunities have got to drive the Hanford coach crazy because of the fact that you can't give good teams opportunities like that.
We're in the 22nd minute, second half, Division III Central Section girls soccer title. Rick Hudgens, Kyle Wiley.
Javier Valdez with an S, not with a Z. Got to make sure we get that in there. But Javier Valdez does a great job. And we got Nick Ellis down here shooting photos for us, so he does a great job. Just got word that Foothill girls soccer is down 1-0 to Kingsburg. And there's about 15 minutes left in the game, and got word that the game is a good game going on.
Yeah, Kingsburg. It's just like, Miramonte up there at Lindsay. Only game in town, small community.
0-0 right now with about 21 minutes left. And that game just got word back from there. So got my secret contacts out there. Mike Bezad, Foothill Athletic Director, and Josue Valenzuela, Miramonte Athletic Director. Love seeing those schools compete and do well.
Here's Jimenez. Now she gives it up. Trying to get out to the left. Look at Ontiveros working back. Picks it up, turns, and a nice play there by Langley to get it away. Boy, Langley is tough. Freshman.
Yep.
I can't imagine how good she's going to be as a senior. That back line. And now a foul committed against Hanford. A yellow card. It's going to be a yellow card on Stewart, number 6.
And I got to say, Furukawa and Maya Ornelas are, I'm going to say this, we talk about front runners for awards, but those two girls have had fantastic games tonight. And Maya Ornelas stood in there and took the contact, gave a yellow card because she has been frustrating the front line of the Hanford Bullpups all night, and those two have played masterfully tonight, and I got to give a credit to both of them as they've had a great game tonight.
Yeah, Maddie Stewart came into tonight 31 points. She's registered 11 goals. Cheyenne Hodge 45 points. She's registered 20, and both of them have been held in check tonight by this tremendous defense. And then into the middle, here's number 19, Jasmine Franco.
I think she was looking for a little bit of run right there.
Yep.
Saw Mia Ontiveros busting in there. So, I mean, great game all the way around. Got the goal, and then these next, 9 minutes you're going to see, I think, are critical if Independence tries to sneak another one in there, but because that the last 10 minutes, Hanford's going to empty the tank and try and get a goal on there. So they see what they can do in these 9 minutes to extend their lead.
2-0 lead on the second half goal by Mia Ontiveros. First half goal by Ciela Mazzantini, assisted by Ontiveros. But it's been just a total professionally orchestrated game plan by Independence so far. And all these players, you talk about that veteran savvy, that senior leadership, it is on display tonight. They've been very calm, very poised with the 2-0 lead. Now, would they like to have more goals? Did they have opportunities? Yes. Yeah. But like we said, I mean, Hanford has gotten back defensively. They've played Independence physically, and they're trying to get one back.
But we got to attribute and credit these Independence Falcons. Talk about the maturation is you haven't had a whole lot of opportunities, but the limited opportunities that you have had, you've taken advantage of them, and that shows a lot. As they have another opportunity, Monteveros is getting a little offside, so you got to get back.
Here comes Hanford now, up the right side, trying to get it ahead, and a missed pass.
Little unforced error right there, and you can't have that with 17 minutes. Missed opportunity to go on there. So, you know, as Independence is looking to kind of extend, see if they can possess the ball a little bit more, because Hanford has possessed the ball a lot better this half than they did the first half.
And Bailey Diaz has been worked all over the pitch tonight for Hanford. She's been one of their standouts, and now this is a good sign. Number 15, Mckenzie Martinez, running back and forth, warming up along the sideline here, and see if she has a chance to get back in the match. Does such a great job with helping to control the tempo. And now Mazzantini. That pass is cut, picked up by Jimenez. Now on to Veros. To the middle, back to Mazzantini. Popped up in the air. Hanford will get back. Ontiveros is there. She blocked that attempted clear.
Mazzantini does a great job with the ball. And you see that, you know, Mia Ontiveros, her number one goal, and she knows her job is to make runs. And her teammates like Monica Jimenez and some of them out there do a good job trying to get her those runs so they can try and score. Gets by Furukawa, which we haven't seen a whole lot. But Furukawa turns around, and once again, look at the defense.
There.
Look at the defense that she has right there. A little bit of a push that they don't call it. Furukawa's working.
And now a foul committed, finally.
And that's all the defense of Furukawa. We were all glued to her right there because we saw the defensive effort that she was able to give. And she had a mishap early on, but she turned, instead of hanging her head, turned around, went back. I love plays like that. Love it.
Sid, unsung hero, Devin Furukawa. She's not going to register the points, but she's going to prevent the ball from going in the back of the net. And that time we saw her speed on display.
Yeah, absolutely. Her hustle and her just willingness and realizing this is a Valley Championship game. Let's make this a shutout.
So 2-0 into the 15th minute. Goals by Ciela Mazzantini, set up by Monteveros. Off a rebound, and Monteveros with a beautiful strike. Headed up in the air. Hanford has it right side. And trying to play it up for number 11, Schroeder. And she could not get there before it was corralled by Gonzalez.
It was Ontiveros.
It was Ontiveros on her left.
She's got a one-on-one opportunity right here, and she's going to get right around her.
To the right.
Ooh.
Nice defensive play there.
I'd like to see her continue to go to her left right there, try and take a strike or an opportunity.
Brianna Mello with that last block. To the middle. Mazzantini. Turning. Still with it. Great footwork.
Absolutely.
By Mazzantini.
Monica Jimenez continues to just shore up that middle. It's every level that you look at in this Independence Falcons team is they have skill, they have cover. And I'm going to tell you is probably a lot of these girls. Here comes Ontiveros.
Loose ball, Ontiveros to her left. And cut off, but still not out of danger. Ontiveros double teamed and now taken away by Hanford, but blocked by Andy Gaines. And now free kick for Independence.
I'm going to say this. A lot of these girls on this Independence team, they play club. They're probably playing different positions to look at, but they've all committed collectively to shore up defense, to shore up the middle of the field, to shore up their offense. I tell you what, Maya Ornalis and Devin Furukawa, I mean, I look at those center backs right there. They've had an outstanding game, been really, really impressed with what they've been able to do.
So that'll be a free kick for Mia Ontiveros. 3 along the 18, 1 just back.
I think she takes a chance at it and goes upper left V. That's what I would do to kind of do that. I just think that this is, why not? Well, you have nothing to lose as the clock is winding down, and you're looking at that as we got 12-something left to go in this second.
And there it was, 25 yards out, and sails over. She was heading for the top right corner and sails over the crossbar. So 12th minute of action. 2-0 Independence trying to win their first Valley title, their first Central Section title under first-year head coach Jordan Schwara, and a team laden with outstanding senior leadership. Number 4, Monica Jimenez. Number 12, Carla Rodriguez. Number 13, Mia Ontiveros. Number 15, Mckenzie Martinez. Yeah. Just an exceptionally talent-laden team. Caitlin Gonzalez, the goalkeeper, is only a sophomore. She'll be back.
Just got word Miramonte's up 1-0 with 16 minutes left to go. So
that is exciting. Miramonte looking for their first
Valley Championship.
Great turn by Mazzantini.
First Valley Championship in any sport in the whole school. So that's setting up a positive vibes on campus. Does wonders for it.
Mazzantini got knocked down. I thought there was going to be a foul call there, but no call, and now Independence trying to get it back into their half. Hanford pressing here. They're down 2-0 with 11 minutes. Still plenty of time, 11 minutes plus stoppage time.
Once again, right in the middle of that defensively, Furukawa. You know, we're calling her name a lot, giving the defender a lot of credit.
To the middle, nice turn. And now Ontiveros has it, pass up the left, and Andy Gaines.
Yeah.
It's going to be cleared, but it'll be a throw-in, but it looked like Andy Gaines just stopped running.
It definitely has gotten a lot chillier up here as the wind has picked up. You know, there's no buildings out here at Independence to really protect that wind, but here comes Ontiveros, who's just sneaking by a lot of things, and unfortunately the ball goes off of Mazzantini right there. But
well, we wouldn't want it any other way. It's got to be cold. Every game that I've done with you, Kyle, and I've done this season has been extremely cold. Look at that. Beautiful run by Ontiveros. She timed it perfectly. Left-footed strike, far post.
Ooh.
And wide. And look who was on the doorstep on the far post, Carla Rodriguez, just behind it, or she would have had a tap in.
Yeah. And I think if Mia Ontiveros may want it back where she was to continue to get up there and push it. But hey, they have their opportunities, and with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go.
You see Mia Ontiveros wearing that knee brace on her right knee, and you know what? She's just such a exciting, fun player to watch. She's so unselfish. She does so much for the rest of her teammates. I can't imagine what kind of leader she's been for first-year head coach Jordan Schwara, but hopefully she can stay healthy and that she gets a grand opportunity at Humboldt State next year. I know I'm definitely going to be watching her play. Out to the left, here's Andy Gaines. And nice ball through.
There it is. Oh, they called it off.
And this one they're going to call offsides, and Ontiveros is.
I'm going to say that. They called it on the far side, and I don't know if that was the case. I think she was onside. That was a tough one. That was a close one. Very, very close gutsy call right there because I think it's going to be 3-0 if she's able to get that run right there.
Free kick, Haley Langley gives it up to number 3, Cassandra Barra, the captain. And back to the right.
Mazzantini, wow.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful footwork and control by Mazzantini.
She tries to play it through right there to Carla Rodriguez. And what a great ball. Great run, great through. That's a very productive play. Even the ball goes out of bounds. Very, very productive play.
Well, Mazzantini this year has 9 assists. That's at number 42 in the Valleys, number 6 in D3. And Carla Rodriguez, of course, she has 14 goals this season. That's in the top 50 in the Valley, number 12 in Division 3. Clear it back. Hanford just looking for one to give them some life. Out to the right. Will this be their opportunity? And off the Hanford Bullpups foot.
They just organize so well defensively and get back.
And it's clearly been a frustrating evening for the strikers, Cheyenne Hodge, number 8, Maddie Stewart, number 6. They really haven't had many opportunities on goal. And like you said, Kyle, I mean, that back line has just been so strong. There's Furukawa into the air. Hanford trying to fight through. That's Hodge. Hodge wanted a call there. Might have gotten hit in the face. Andy Gaines off the Hanford player. So we are into the 6th minute.
Yeah.
Up north, Miramonte with a 1-0 lead. Will they win their first Valley Championship ever in any sport? Will Independence win its first soccer title?
Will Foothill Girls come back? Yeah, absolutely.
Under their first-year head coach, a Foothill alum. Exciting times. And then Tuesday night, we are hoping to get the Liberty Girls, number 1 in Division 1, hosting number 2 Buchanan. Those two teams played at Liberty earlier this season and drew 1-1. So it should be an outstanding match on Tuesday. But back to 5.5 minutes left here, plus stoppage time. Hanford trying to get one back, and Independence just trying to finish off these Bullpups from up north. To the right, Mazzantini. Perfectly timed ball, and an offside flag is up again.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's 2 in a row right there, and the far side. I don't agree with that. That's a tough one. I don't agree.
Yeah, it's not the near side.
It's the far side that they're calling it. Yeah, that's those are tough.
Deflected away, throw in Independence. And it is getting even chillier and chillier here. Oh, and now
it's getting chippy too.
Yeah, it was chippy.
Especially in these 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game. There's going to be some chippy behavior.
And I was surprised nothing was called on that. But here's Hanford, free kick. It's outside the 18, volleyed into the air, and trying to slip through there is number 8, Cheyenne Hodge. But it was overhead and out of her reach. And now Caitlin Gonzalez sends it back up toward midfield. There's Jimenez up in the air. Excuse me, that was Jasmine Franco, who's now in midfield, and it looks like we may not see Mckenzie Martinez again tonight. Furukawa cleared it. Not only did she clear it, she was able to knock it off the Hanford player.
Getting into these anxious moments right here.
3 minutes. We're into the 3rd minute.
It's a lifetime right here for Independence. They just want it to be zeros across the board or get to that 2-minute mark and hear that double whistle go off.
And like we said before, these two teams, we would be surprised if these two teams don't meet again at some point.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll see what happens in terms of divisions. See if they're both in Division III next year, but these two teams, number 1 and number 2, Hanford just unable to break through and get a goal. Independence with the 2 and trying to get a 3rd one to take away any opportunity, any hope for the Bullpups here. As we approach the 2nd minute and stoppage time. Into the air.
Got to let you know the Foothill girls did lose to Kingsburg 1-0, so just got that first update back. So
great season for Foothill.
Hats off to Kingsburg.
Yes, Kingsburg, you know, that's a tough place to play. Hopefully Miramonte can hang on. Beautiful job. Out to the left. Shot. Great save by Caitlin Gonzalez. Got her hands on it, but it was whistled offside anyway.
Friendly reminder to all spectators that there will be a brief awards presentation immediately following.
Oh gosh, I got it. Into stoppage time.
There will be a ceremony that we'll try to capture on there. And the kick is off. Furukawa's had a great game.
Hanford not done yet. Trying to keep it in the offensive third, up in the air. Mazzantini. Now Hanford. Through ball. Good job of defending by Jasmine Franco.
And smart play that Jasmine Franco is kicking it wide. And
stoppage time. 2-0, Division III Central Section Final. The number 1 seed Independence Falcons 2, the Hanford Bullpups 0. And we are just seconds away here before the whistle be blown. Goal by Mia Ontiveros, a beauty, and then a beautiful setup off her shot, which was rebounded by Ciela Mazzantini. There's a beautiful ball by Gaines. This one is onside. She's got the runner on the far post, Carla Rodriguez, and great defending there to prevent the cross. Definitely have to credit. Hanford has battled all night. They have not been able to break through that wall of Falcons in the back, but they really have battled, Kyle. It's been a great match, despite the number of goal-scoring opportunities for the Bullpups.
And I think people are looking for this whistle to blow. They're looking at that center official right there to see if he's going to blow that.
Anytime now. Could be the last chance. Hanford, left-footed strike, and wide. And still waiting. It's got to be the longest 2 minutes ever.
The stoppage time.
The stoppage time for Independence.
And we didn't have a lot of injury timeouts or anything.
Nope. Goal kick, Caitlin Gonzalez. Hanford takes it away. Through ball, great job there defending by Maya Ornelas. She and Furukawa, exceptional at the back. Throw in Bullpups into the box. Shot deflected away. This will be a corner for Hanford. This might be their last opportunity. But it's maybe too little, too late. Corner. Skylar Martinez into the box. Oh, and a header on the far post and missed wide.
There's got to be that whistle. Still Long time.
Hanford player got knocked down, and still no whistle, and now the fans are getting antsy.
Just got to kick it deep.
Oh, gosh. Come on, official. I gotta go. I'm going to have to go.
You're whispering. You can go right now. We can hear you on there. You can go, bud. We got it. We'll finish it off right here. Emergency and that's it right there. The Independence Falcons are your winners of the Division III Valley Championship, and congratulations.
Their first soccer title. Head coach, first-year head coach Jordan Schwara, and the senior core of Ontiveros, Jimenez, Rodriguez, and Mckenzie Martinez. What an exceptional job as the officials walk off the field. Hanford, a young team, will be back, and nothing to be ashamed of. They played their hearts out defensively, but congratulations to the Independence Falcons. Congratulations to the Kern High School District, the city of Bakersfield. Big Valley title here, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited to be a part of this wonderful opportunity. I know Hanford, hats off to them as they, made their way on this trip to come be a part of this, such a historic thing, as they're trying to turn their program around and all that stuff too as well, and get them into contention. So hats off, Independence, D3 Valley champions. So a lot of great things going on right now. So good job.
It was just a beautiful match, and you know what? You can't ask for a better ending for me, Ontiveros. Now, she could have had a couple of other goals, but she had a goal and an assist, and now look at the Independence team running over to the sideline.
They have something in there. Let's make sure we capture this right here. They're doing something. We're getting all this, right? Are they trying to get poppers or something to go off? Or I don't know what they're doing.
Wow.
Are they getting rings? Oh, the little ring pops, I think, is what they have on there. So good for them. Hey, they got their rings.
That's exciting.
Hey,
what a way to end your high school career.
I'll tell you this, Coach, before the game, and kind of wait for this, but Coach Jordan Schwara, he wrote an individual letter to each girl before the game, and I came down. We were here before the game, and all the girls, they were tearing up and they were crying a little bit, and I think they all understood. And I talked with Coach Schwara, who he himself was a little teary-eyed. He even said, it's like, I think these girls get it, that they're playing something greater than themselves. And for them to grasp that concept and for them to look at that, it's pretty powerful and amazing. And hats off. You see Coach Schwara in the middle, surrounded by media. You got Greg Hicks and Javi. If you can get that shot right there where in the center of the field, you can see that he's being inundated with, media inquiries and requests and all that stuff that you just, we were talking about. He's looking for his program, and he comes and gets his program. He's believing in himself and doing all of that. Good for them. And you got the Hanford Bullpups getting their, their runner-up plaque, and Bill Berhule is out there, but a lot of great things. Let's get back to the girls right there. Yeah. They're really celebrating their ring pops. Javier, I like myself a ring pop, but
that's so exciting.
I got to tell you this is I brought this up last week. I was at South High, and we hadn't won a Valley championship in any sport in 20-something years, and I was very fortunate to be able to be there when the soccer team won it. And it really, when you win a Valley championship, it really changes the course and gives students confidence. And we see right here that Independence has their own share of Valley champions in a number of sports, from softball last year to basketball to now we're seeing volleyball. We've seen a lot of sports that they have. So hats off to them, as they've done a great job.
And what a testament to Independence. Continues to grow as a high school, is getting better and better athletically. I mean, when you look back, you've seen for years that the Independence girls basketball has been so strong, and to see the soccer win it and to share these athletes, absolutely amazing. What a phenomenal finish for Independence. A business-like performance tonight, Kyle, by Independence. They got the first early goal. They kept pressing and pressing. Hanford had to keep defending. And then that second goal was just huge by Ornelas by Ontiveros. I'm sorry, I keep calling her Ornelas.
Yeah.
Ornelas and Ontiveros, very easily to mix up. But Independence in the middle of the field, head coach Jordan Schwara walking off. They've got their hats.
Yeah.
They've got
it's the hats, it's the NASCAR
Gosh.
It's the NASCAR hats that CIF gives out, it's the plaque that they give out, it's all of that. And way to represent the Kern High School district the right way. Been very, very fortunate. You know, we saw Mia Ontiveros, she had that wonderful game where she had 6 goals, and we gave her 2 Tony's pizzas, one for each hat trick, gift card. And as I asked her, I was like, hey, have you guys eaten your pizza? I was like, yeah, like a week later, we all went as a team, and we all ordered pizza together as a team. So there definitely is a lot of that going on, what they've been able to do. So great opportunity, great thing for the Independence Falcons as they're able to, win a Valley championship. So update, Miramonte boys soccer win 1-0.
Oh, they win at Lindsay. Miramonte representing Kern County.
Absolutely
Kern
excited. I know Josue is excited, and they won.
Will Sandoval, congratulations, Will.
Absolutely.
Man, that's exciting. So exciting. Their first title. They, you know what? They've been phenomenal all year. They've been so good all year, and you know what? We got to see the semifinal. That was a great match.
Yep.
So, 2 Valley titles tonight for the Kern High School
Hopefully
district.
Get another one next week.
Hopefully we'll get one Tuesday.
We got some basketball teams that are going on right now. If you guys are watching, and we got Shafter and Liberty after we're done. But let's get to that moment. I think we've seen the celebrations that have gone on. We're going to have some pictures for everyone tomorrow as we look at it. But what a great opportunity, wonderful thing that we see here tonight. Let's get to our Tony's Pizza player of the match.
My goodness.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
And I'll let you start off, Rick, because I'm going to come by on the second bit right there. Who do you think is your Tony's Pizza player of the game?
You know what? It's very difficult tonight because, as you mentioned time and time again, Furukawa and in the back line of Maya Ornelas were just amazing. I mean, shutting out 2 incredible goal scorers. And, of course, you've got to think about Ontiveros. Mazzantini played great, held up the ball in midfield, as well as Jimenez and Martinez. It's difficult, man. I don't know, because I thought that really the defense played great, but if Independence didn't control the ball in midfield with Jimenez and Mckenzie Martinez and Mazzantini, who kept moving back to get the ball and battle, had those 50-50 battles, it would have been interesting. So
got to make a decision. Come on.
It has to be one player. Doggone it.
Let's go one right there. You
know what? I've got it. Man, it's tough. But I'm probably going to go off the – I'm going to have to go with number 10, Ciela Mazzantini.
Okay.
And I just thought she did, she's just a tough physical player who battled. She got a goal, and she was pretty much involved in everything tonight.
All right, so you have Mazzantini. I'm going to go with Devin Furukawa. And for the Valley Championship, we're going to go ahead and give 2. So I think both of them deserve it. We got to give an offense and defensive player. Honestly, you're right. I thought Mazzantini really controlled that middle, and she helped complement Mia Ontiveros and her hustle play. I love the hustle play. And the reason why I think both of them are deserving of the Tony's Pizza player of the matches is the hustle play allowed for Mazzantini to get her first goal.
Yep.
It wasn't that she had this awesome opportunity is she didn't give up when her teammate was in need. She just didn't assume that Mia Ontiveros with her 1,000 goals was going to score 1,001. She followed up. But I'm going to tell you, Furukawa, as well as she had a little mishap and her hustle play to get back and almost gave a excellent opportunity for the Bullpups to score, was able to get back, but time and time again defensively she was able to do that. So Devin Furukawa and Cielo Mazzantini, you are our Tony's Pizza Player of the Matches. I will be by to give you girls our pizza boxes so you can have it in there. My friend, got to shake your hand.
It was awesome.
It has been freezing. I know that Javi is freezing. We're all freezing, but it has been
all worth it.
Wonderful opportunity. We'll keep everyone posted about next Tuesday, about Liberty, as they are going to be in the Valley Championship game against Buchanan. Pay attention. Follow us on Twitter at KHSD Athletics to look at all of our photos of tonight's events, because I know that Nick Ellis has done a fantastic job taking photos, as he's done all year for the Kern High Network. Tune in right now. If you guys, when we're done with this broadcast, tune in over and watch the Liberty against Shafter Division II girls basketball quarterfinal game for some nice action. Liberty's coming, doing pretty well, 17-10 in the SWYL, 5-5. 17-10 overall, 5-5 in the SWYL, but you got to watch out for Shafter. Only 2 losses this year, and they're like on a 23-game winning streak. So,
and 2 exceptional post players out there.
Yeah, good guard, good sophomore guard too as well. So I'm going to tune in right after that. My man, it's been great.
It's been great. I appreciate it, Kyle. And like I said, I'm glad that you brought me on board. It's been nothing but fantastic, for me working here. I enjoy it. And it's so exciting to see these student athletes and this Independence team. Kyle, we talked about it, when we did the game 3 weeks ago, or I don't know how long ago it was, that this team had a shot, and I'm glad they got that #1 seed, and they brought it home.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to head coach Jordan Schwara, an outstanding team, to the administration of Independence. Also, thank you to Hanford and their fans and their players and coaches and their administration. And also thanks so much to our sponsors and all of our outstanding district administrators. Stan Green, thank you for
the vision.
And thank you for bringing Kyle to the district office and for the outstanding job that he does for you. Thanks for supporting us in everything we do. So that'll do it from Independence High School. The Independence Falcons, their first girls soccer title, wins it 2-0 over the Hanford Bullpups. Thanks so much for watching the Kern High Network's exclusive coverage of girls Central Section Championship Soccer. For Kyle Wiley,
Javier
Valdez, I'm Rick Hudgens saying so long. Enjoy your weekend, fans, and we'll let you know about Tuesday. Wow. Hey.